It actually does. There's a whole like energy to holding someone else's deck. Like there really is. Like I'll have people be like, "Can
Yeah.
you read me?" But I only, they have their deck and it doesn't flow as well for me if it's not my deck, but I can still I still know the cards, I can still read it, but I'm just like it's not as easy for me to like step in and be like, "Cool, I connect. I'm here for this message." So,
Yeah.
but
Sometimes it's just
strange
like,
deck is always fun.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
So we'd love to see your deck,
yeah, you show
whatever
us
you've
your
got.
deck, big or small. We're really,
We
open.
love it all.
I'll show you
Certainly
mine,
for
you show me yours.
absolutely.
Yes, show and tell.
It's only fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it equal.
Yeah. Should we start this thing?
Yeah, I think we can let's just do it.
Doing
Let's
it.
just let the good times roll.
Welcome to
Witchcast.
Witchcast.
'Cause it's Witchcast.
I'm Emily.
I'm Kate.
And we are your hosts of this, the Witchcast podcast.
The Witchcast podcast that started for us baby novice witches to learn more about our wonderful, ever-expanding witchy universe.
Mm-hmm.
And now is a coping mechanism.
Yeah, and now it's basically just a social hour.
Yeah, we're here to keep learning and growing, and hopefully you get something out of it too.
Yeah, this is season 4. We're just doing our best and figuring out what that means. And we're happy to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to be here.
We have a guest. We have our first guest of the season.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, so exciting.
You know her. You love her from Power of 3 podcast. We have Ariella Upton, Pagan Witch, here. And please welcome Ella. Hi.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I'm glad to be back with, even without my other witches. So I'm stoked. This is fun.
It's nice to get to know each of you individually and also collectively.
Yeah. I feel like collectively we're a fucking just powerhouse, but then individually we're also very
individual fucking powerhouses.
We are.
Exactly.
Yep. I paddled in high school, like in the boats. I live in Hawaii, if any of you listeners don't know that. But I paddled in high school, and the 2 middle seats are called powerhouse, and I always sat powerhouse, and I've carried that energy with me through life. I'm just like, I am fucking powerhouse. I carry this shit. I'm not leading it. I'm not steering it. I'm fucking in the middle, grinding it out. Like, let's do it.
I love that.
That's
I've never.
So cool.
I don't know anything about paddling, but I love that.
Perfect
I didn't
approach
either.
to life.
Yes. Great metaphor. Your arms must be jacked.
Actually, I mean, they are less now because I don't do as much physical stuff. I'm not really a big exerciser. I'm just going to be honest about that. But I like doing stuff. I like to have fun, but they're not as strong now. But I've always been tiny and surprisingly strong for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
I'm just so
you
fucking
gotta be
angry.
when you're tiny.
Exactly. Yeah. When you're tiny, people will pick on you. People will say shit to you. I've had people literally run into me and just be like, I didn't see you. And I'm like, I'm standing.
I'm right here.
Like, I'm literally standing here.
I exist. Yeah. Exactly.
But
wait, remind us again of your triad. What's your rising sun and moon again?
I am a Gemini sun, Leo moon, and Aquarius rising.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a powerful, talk about that. Yeah, that's a powerhouse.
And I also have a Leo stellium, which means I have multiple, I think it's more than 3 planets in the same either house or sign or both. And I have Moon, Mars, Venus, and Jupiter all in my 6th house, Leo. So anything that has to do with I'm a homey person. I love my home. I pretty much always want to be home. But I'm also when you come to my home, it's a comfortable place. You feel safe here. Like you are safe here. And I try to take good care of it. But I am a Gemini, so I love to entertain. So that's the other part that kind of goes into it where I'm like, oh, cool. Let's do these things. And the Aquarius rising, I'm just kind of a weirdo. But in a fun way. It's like you're like you're
That's
fun.
Aquarius.
You're fun, weird auntie who, everyone's kind of like,
Love
oh,
that.
she's kind of but we love her, you know. Yes, that's me.
I wish all your social posts and like hearing you talk about your home and in Hawaii, like I would love to come visit and be a house guest if we didn't have a pandemic.
I know.
I
I
invite
know. It's
myself
so
over.
sad. My parents
Yeah.
have already canceled like 2 different trips they were going to take this year to come out and see us. So I'm like, that sucks.
That's
I
hard.
love living here. I really do. But on the same note, you know, I know people who do move here and they're like, I just wanted to be in the magic of Hawaii or the magic of Maui. And I'm like, if you can truly tap into magic, it doesn't matter where you are. It really doesn't. You do not have to be in
Ah.
Hawaii. Like it's nice. The nice weather is good. I have a year-round growing season and I love plants, so that's really fun for me. But you know, stick me in, I don't know. I'm trying to think of somewhere random. Montana? Like, you know,
What's the least magical place? Idaho?
no.
Ohio.
There is no such thing as a least magical place. I have lived in
Yeah.
Colorado. I've lived in Arizona. I've lived in Texas, Iowa, California. I've lived in a lot of places, and honestly, that's like my favorite thing about magic is everywhere is magic. Everything is magic. It's in the same way that people, you know, talk about God, like where they're like God is in everything. It is that energy and that magic and that source, you know, power is in everything. And so, you know, even if you live in the middle of the desert and you're like, I hate the fucking desert and fucking cactuses and coyotes and shit, like, if you think about the desert, only the strongest fucking survive. So the plants you see have gone through generations and generations for the last hundreds of years, adapting to be able to live without water in the blazing heat and still fucking make some flowers on that cactus ass. Yeah. I mean, like,
I love that.
yeah, or like if you think of things that grow back, like tulips, they cannot grow unless they've also been unless they've had the freeze. You know, like the bulbs won't grow unless they freeze.
That's
So,
true.
I mean, that's another, you know, just adaptation of nature, and it's fucking magic. Like, how else do you explain that? That is fucking. I know it's called science, but I think
But
it's
it's also,
magic.
you know,
Science is just magic by another name.
Yeah, it's
science is
just
just
proven
defining what
magic.
magic. Yeah, like
Yeah.
just examining it a little closer, I guess.
You
Yeah,
should be like a
exactly.
magical hype witch. I love it.
Yeah, no, I've
You're so
always
inspiring.
yes, I've always thought of myself as like I wouldn't say a mini Flava Flav because we're honestly probably a similar height, but like yeah, I'm kind of that energy where I'm just like
Right.
if my friend's having a bad day, I'm like I am the girl to come to. Like I will hype your ass so hard that you'll be like leaving my house believing in yourself like truly deeply and like you know, I'm just yeah, I don't know. That's just how I'm programmed, I guess.
You're good people. Good people.
That's great. Yeah.
I love it.
Perfect
I
way to
love it.
be.
And I can do it to myself. That's probably my
That's the
one of my
hardest
best.
thing.
It is. It was the last thing I learned how to do. I've been hyping people since day one, and only in the last like maybe 2 years have I learned to like strengthen my inner voice and my higher self to the point where like even earlier this week I was having like bad days. You know, this pandemic is just crushing my fucking
It has
soul, just like so many
been,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you
It's
guys had to
rough.
take a long break from your podcast. I've barely been like actually working. Like I still post on my socials, but I am barely working, you know, the way I used to. And just the other day I was like crushed. I was like I fucking give up. Like I straight was laying in my bed like I give up. Send an asteroid, beam me up. Like I don't fucking care. Whatever the end is, like I'm done with this soul contract bullshit. And straight up inner hype Ella came in and she's like, "Hey, bad day." I'm like, "Yeah, you fucking think?" And she's like, hey, it's cool to lay here today. You need to rest. You've been dealing with a lot. You know, you've been holding people's emotions for them. Like, I really try to be strong for my family and for my friends. And I hold on to that. You know, it's hard for me to watch people I love go through a hard time. And inner Ella was just like, girl, you are doing so much more than you even realize. Give yourself a break. Like, literally cry and give up today. Like, it's okay. Give up today. And then tomorrow you're going to wake up and you're going to fucking be back on your game again. And like, I didn't feel 100% the next day, but I felt 50%. And I was like, that's good enough. I can make it
That's
through.
progress.
That's
Yeah.
better than nothing. So
That's
Yeah, fine.
awesome.
Aliens, leave me here a little longer,
yeah,
but don't go too
okay.
far.
Just reel that
I
call back
rescind the
in.
offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that you're able to give yourself that talk. I'm a firm believer in like that's a recent thing I learned as well. Is like if you're having a sad day or a bad day, like to lean into it rather than try and like push it down and ignore it, but being like, no, I feel sad. I'm gonna let myself feel sad. I'm gonna listen to sad music and watch a sad movie and just be sad today. And then tomorrow it'll be a different day. Yeah. Yes. I love that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is hard. I will not deny that. So if you're listening to this and you're like, but I can't, I understand. But just keep working at it. No one's perfect at anything. Practice makes the master.
Nice. Yes. Gems. Dropping gems of wisdom all over us.
Put it on a tote bag. We're going.
Making it rain.
So what have you been doing? Like, I mean, you know, obviously we've been following your social. I love your posts. I love all you Power of Three gals. But how have you been coping with, you know, as a mom, as an individual, like everything with everything?
I mean, okay, let's just get real. At the beginning of this year, I had saved like a big chunk of my tax return and I was ready to open a new business. And I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of put Celestia Rose a little bit on the back burner, not like stop doing it, but just kind of like, you know, make it less of my focus. And I was going to open a cleaning business because my husband is a condo inspector. Like he works with a condo rental company. So I was like, you know, I'll start a cleaning business. I'm going to make some money because ultimately, you know, I want this, and this out of life and I need money to get there. So I'm like, cool, I've got a plan. And then everything goes to shit. And I had to spend my whole savings to survive. I feel blessed as fuck that we even had it. You know what I mean? Like usually we get our tax return, we have to pay all of it to other things we've owed all year. And this was the one year that I was like, cool, I'm saving it and I'm investing it in us. And it was a bummer to watch it slowly just completely deteriorate. But I kept holding on to the faith. I'm like, it's fine. It's going to get better in a couple months. And it's just dragged on and on and on. And so maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, I was like, I don't fucking know what I'm going to do. And I started to just realize that the whole point of my business was because I love being a witch and I love making magic the focus of my whole life. And so I started reading tarot cards for myself more often. I started wrapping a bunch of bundles and selling them to the local shops. I grew more plants and I just didn't produce as much. Like I wasn't as focused on the end product as I was just enjoying like the process of being there. I'm like, I can't really get a job. There no one's hiring, just kind of chilling on UI. So I'm just gonna, spend this time getting back into magic, connecting with my spirits and my ancestors. And then I don't know, it's all been okay, we're living, we're not hungry, I don't get to go buy fun shit anymore, but that's not a big deal, but really just trying to focus on like getting my house in order. I've been doing a lot of organizing. It's probably a distraction tactic if I'm being totally honest, like just the constant motion because Gemini, I have to be moving or I go crazy. But it's made my house nicer. We've done a lot of like projects around the property that we needed to get done. I had a nice little tomato season with my garden, and I'm just trying to, every day I just try to realize that I'm fucking blessed. Like it's not hard to see when I look at myself that I'm blessed as fuck, and I just recognize it constantly. And then I try to help kind of transfer that into just putting that energy back into the world, like accepting my blessings and being like, thank you, thank you, thank you, gratitude always. And then, like, how can I help? How can I be of service? So buy local, folks. That's been my big tactic for trying to help out in the pandemic. I'm like, I spend almost all my food money on local shit. Most of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, trying to put money back into like the people that are actually immediately around you is such a good thing to do right now because it feeds itself, and that's good. Oh, I just hit my microphone.
All good. I'm so jealous that that's so great that you've been organizing. I need to do that. I do resonate a lot with the feeling blessed. I feel very grateful, and I do also want to help. But my big coping thing has been Animal Crossing. I just been like, my apartment's a mess, but my island looks amazing.
I started playing Cooking Dash again.
Yes.
And I'm like
I love those
fully
cookies.
addicted.
Yeah.
My husband keeps making fun of me. I'm like, shut up, leave me alone.
Look, we all need distraction devices. Sometimes you need a little bit of
Exactly.
escape. I think that's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I tell myself.
I have not been playing any like Switch games or anything like that, but I have gotten into. Do you guys remember the iPhone game 2048 where you just like move blocks around to try and like bring numbers together to get up to 2048? All right, listen, this is not a challenging game. It is not a game that requires much of thought. It's more like I'm like moving my fingers around. I realize that silence is not helpful on a podcast. But basically, you just move tiles around with your fingers, trying to like get up and up and up in the score.
Yeah.
Like
adding
combine
kind of stuff.
Like
Sudoku-ish,
two
like 2 2s
no?
to 4, 2 4s to 8, 2 8s to until you get to 2048.
Okay.
Except that I play it with there's an online version with the Shiba Inu, like Doge from like 2016 memes. And so it's just like stacking Doges until you get to the one with like a yellow sun around him. And it's all I do. God. I just like two sunglasses Doges together.
I was gonna say, Emily, this sounds like math, but now you've hooked me again. I'm back in.
Yeah, I'll send it to you because I'll post it on our social or something because I'm obsessed with it. But in like I put Top Chef on and I play that while I kind of like half watch Restaurant Wars, and that's like my meditative activity.
Love it.
I love that.
Oh my God. I never knew how to pronounce that word. Is that how you say it? Doge?
I have no idea. The second I realized I was going to have to say it out loud, I started panicking on the inside.
Like doggy,
Yeah, D-O-G-E. Dog?
D-O-G-E.
Doge?
I don't know.
I call my dog Doge all the time.
Doge.
Okay, so Doge.
Okay.
That's cute.
We're going with it. We're going on the record with Doge.
My favorite Doge is Tofu-chan.
The Doge 2048, I like playing it on my desktop because the bigger version, you can really see the graphics.
So the Doge is nice and big.
Like they're animated in the...
Oh my God. Great. I love that.
Anyway, so that's what my life looks like. That and I have a basil plant.
Oh my gosh. I have a basil plant too, and I really need... Okay, so this is what I'm selfishly going to take time to ask you, Ella, for your plant advice. I'm so bad with plants. Like, I bought a lavender plant and a basil plant from Home Depot, and I probably should have repotted them because my basil's like 3 huge shoots now, and I need to pick the basil off of it. Because is it true that like basil's like cyclical or seasonal? Like, do I have to... Will it go away and come back, or does it just die in the winter? What do I do? Help me, please.
Are you keeping it outside or inside?
It's inside. I live in
it's
very
like in my climate zone where it never freezes. My basil just grows all year. You do want to cut it down, like you don't want to just pinch a leaf off. That's not great for it. But if you kind of like cut it down the stem a little bit so that it kind of like branches off like how it is right now. But yeah, you can cut it back. Don't,
Good to know.
I think it's like I call myself a chaos gardener because I don't really like actually know that much about gardening. I just go. I just am like, my ancestors were farmers, and so I'm just like, lead the way, guys. And I just sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But when I cut back my basil plant, I usually do like maybe like a third or so back, and then it'll grow pretty well.
Okay, but don't just pick off the leaves because that's what I was doing.
Yeah,
that's not good.
I've heard that that's bad for it, and every time I do it, my basil just doesn't turn out that well. But when I just like straight cut some and then let it grow back, and then cut some and let it grow back, it seems to enjoy that.
I just started to look at my basil like, are you hearing this?
Taking notes.
I'm gonna cut your head off later.
Emily, does your basil have a name?
Yes. What is your name?
She's turning and looking at it.
She's got an app.
It's so cute.
I forget because I remember the first one was named Schmitty. I've had 3 basil plants. Well,
Schmitty,
I tried to propagate. I hadn't thought of that connection, but now that you've said it, yes.
Okay. Just working your way through the cast.
Yeah. The second one was called Tui, like Chewy, but Tui. Because he was the second basil. Nice. In both cases, those were grocery store basil that I like took a clipping from and tried to grow roots.
Nice.
Fancy.
Yeah, Schmitty actually like grew and then eventually died. I think he just like I needed to put them in soil, and I hadn't bought soil yet because I hadn't committed to being into the plant business. And I think he was just like, I can't just live in water forever.
Yeah.
The second one died immediately. I think it was already sick from grocery store life. It was never gonna make it. And then this one I got it at a grocery store in Maine where they were actually selling it like in soil. And then I named it something that had to do with the word 3, but I've forgotten what that was now. So let's say it's basilette.
It's so pretty.
Cute. It is pretty.
Yeah, nice leaf, girl.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You have to post. We'll post a photo on our social.
Wiggling it a little.
I'm very uncreative. My basil's plant's name is basil.
Basil.
It's basil the basil.
That's cute. That's not uncreative. It's the spark of genius.
Well, okay, so I also had this ivy plant a hanging ivy plant that I got from Home Depot.
Ooh, okay.
And I told Matt, I was like, hey, we need to water it. Will you water it? And he was like, yeah. And then he forgot. So then it dried out, but I feel like I caught it in time. But then I did this thing. I told Emily, and I think I mentioned this on the podcast last week, but like I put coffee in it.
Like coffee grounds?
No, like diluted black coffee. But it was dead. Like, I pruned the shit out of it too to get rid of the dead, like dried growth. And she just gave up. Fern, my ivy plant, I think is gone. I think she's gone. It's very sad. I haven't gotten rid of her corpse yet. She's just sitting on my table staring at me. It's like my failure.
I always feel just a tiny bit morbid because I'm the same way where I like do not throw dead plants away. Like they just kind of sit in their pots. And I'm like, this is kind of like fucked up. I guess it's not. I guess that's the natural way of things, you know. Naturally, if humans weren't here when a plant died, it would just on the ground.
Yeah, wouldn't it like just become fertilizer?
Yeah, definitely. That's why composting is so important.
Yeah.
But it does feel fucked up when they're like around the other plants. It's like it's one thing if they're alone. It's like
look at what happened.
Because they're houseplants. They don't know the world. They're not toughened by the wild.
They're kept women.
They're like a domesticated cat versus a tiger, you know?
Oh my God. And they just have to look at their like sister sitting there. So dark.
Poor little brats.
I'm so sorry. I feel bad about it.
Oh, yeah, I should go through the ivy plant. I have so many more questions about plants, but we also, I'm not going to take up all my, I'm not going to just use it as my helpline. I'll call you later for that.
Yeah. Slide my DMs.
But also, we have Mabon this week.
Yes, I'm so excited. I call it Pagan Thanksgiving.
Pagan Thanksgiving. How do you pronounce it? Is it
Mabon?
Mabon?
Mabon? I mean, okay, so I'm an American witch. European witches probably pronounce it a different way. I say Mabon or Mabon. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can say it both ways. I'm not like an expert on the pronunciations of things.
Yeah.
So
I googled it, and I think it was given that name in the 70s by like Wiccans that were doing the 70s thing anyway. Like that wasn't the original Celtic name for it regardless. So I don't think any of us have to worry too much.
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically like the second harvest of the wheel of the year, the first being Lamas or Lunazda. And it's kind of like, it's like when you think of like corn and apples and I don't know, like all those end of summer fruits and harvest. But it's really a time in modern practice where you kind of like, you know, you buckle down and you start preparing for winter. You start thinking about, you know, parking the car in the garage instead of out on the corner and like that kind of shit, you know, like where you're preparing for the world around you to start to go into hibernation. And spiritually, a lot of us experience that as well. Like when we get to this season, there's a lot of like seasonal affective disorder, I think it's called. Yeah, because it's sad. Seasonal affective disorder. But it's just basically when you're not going outside a lot, you're not seeing the fresh greenery, and you start feeling shitty about it. And you're like, when's spring coming back? And so it can really feel like that spiritually too, which is why I think it's important to really like, you know, lean in and kind of celebrate it a little. Like you don't have to go all out and like have like, I don't know, medieval costumes and one of those giant turkey leg things or whatever. You don't have to make it a
That
weird
sounds
thing.
awesome, though.
But that would be awesome. If you're gonna do that, go right ahead and show us pictures.
Yes, please.
Yeah, please do DM us or just tag us openly on Instagram. That would be
Right?
great. We'll share it. Send it to our story.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I have 3 kids and I'm honestly busy and tired like 90% of the time. So what I usually do is I make what we call in our house tray food. It's basically a charcuterie tray. I put like cut up lunch meat and sliced cheese and crackers and pickles and whatever. We make like a little tray of stuff that, we all like some of it we all like, and so it's kind of like a fun little
Nice.
family thing. And then my husband really enjoys doing like an actual ritual, because he's got an Aries rising, and so a lot of times it helps him to actually like do the traditional thing or do the ritual and really like cement it in place for him. So we'll like sit around, and we have the 3 kids, so it's not a long ritual. You can keep things simple. We say the Druid's prayer. I've posted that a few times on my Instagram, but we say the Druid's prayer together. We go around and we basically at each ritual we'll like release something, and then we'll each call something in, like, what are you leaving in this season? What are you calling in for the next season, etc. And then we'll just kind of close it out, and then we eat and have like a little family movie night. It's like, it's pretty simple. It's pretty standard. Like, honestly, when I'll write about it, I'm like, I feel like I'm writing the same thing every time I write about these holidays, but it's just, it is our ritual. It is what we do for our holidays. And it really started last year that me and my husband started following the Wheel of the Year together. Like, I'd been following it for a while, and he already kind of knew about it. Like, he was the first person to introduce me to paganism. And
Cool.
so he kind of already knew what was going on. And then I've been a practicing witch for like 7 years. And so he and I just started kind of being like, oh, this holiday is coming up, and even if we don't do a ritual, we'll like sit and talk about it, or we'll tell our friends about it or something, like we'll bring awareness to that holiday. I also write like a family ritual for each turn of the year, which I post on my Instagram if anyone's interested. But yeah, just like,
and you have your great newsletter, which I would love to plug on this podcast.
And I have a newsletter.
Ella's newsletter. It's great.
Kitchen Witch newsletter. Yeah, but I mean, and that's another thing too, is like I share in my newsletter. I love to have like a recipe for each season. I'm always in the kitchen. I mean, I don't necessarily love cooking, but I don't really have a choice because you can't buy pre-made food for 3 tiny humans and 2 big humans all the time. It just isn't sustainable and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So do a lot more cooking than I probably would as a single woman. But I really, being busy has kind of forced my magic to, in a lot of ways, it feels extremely traditional, because when I think about our grandmothers and our great grandmothers and like centuries and decades and whatever ago, all the timelines back, they didn't have time to sit around. They did not have Grubhub. You know what I mean? Like, my great grandma was not out in the middle of the Iowa fields ordering fucking Diner Dash shit. I don't know, what's it called? DoorDash, fucking, you know what I mean?
I just downloaded DoorDash today.
I don't know if we even have it here. I think we have something, but I can't remember what it is. Bite Squad. We have Bite Squad here, but I think that's the only one so far. So delivery food's not really much of a thing for us anyway. But that's something I miss about living on the continent is delivery and Chinese buffets.
Oh my god, Chinese buffets. They don't have Chinese buffets in Hawaii, I feel like.
You can.
There's so many Asian people there.
Yeah. But the thing is, here, if you have a buffet and it's an all you can eat, you are going to lose money. We eat like no one's fucking business out here. Like, even skinny people out here are still like huge eaters. Like, I mean, some of my husband's friends will watch me eat and they're like, "You're still eating?" I'm like, "Yeah, I could literally eat 24 hours a day. I can eat, but I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's something we do. I mean, it's how we gather out here too, is we come around food. That's probably why everything, that I do is around food. That makes a lot of sense now.
Food oriented is great. And it's
Yeah,
such a
yeah.
great way to mark the seasons in a really tangible and
Absolutely.
good,
Yeah.
positive way where it's like I can taste the flavor of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. That's why I like having cider at Mabon. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
cider, we were going to talk about
Tell
that.
us, tell us, tell us
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
cider
yeah.
recipe while
Yeah.
we're
Okay,
on it. Yeah.
I
so
totally asked for
backstory
this.
to the cider.
Full confession.
I can't wait to go make this.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Okay, so this one, my recipe, I didn't ask my grandma for her recipe. I just kind of like went on Pinterest and found what seemed closest, and I was like, okay, this is probably what she did. But backstory to the cider is every like fall, my grandma, my nana makes this cider, this apple cider, and it's probably like pretty generic-y, but it just reminds me of that feeling of like it's getting cold outside, the leaves are getting crunchy, and we go to Nana's house and she's got this warm, the crock pot with the ladle of, apple
Yes.
cider. So the recipe's really simple. You get apple juice, like literally you can just get a bottle of apple juice. And then I usually use about 6 cups ish, but I'm not much of a measurer also, so sometimes I just have to guess. But yeah, get some apple juice, put it in a little saucepan, and then you start heating it up on about like medium high heat. You don't really need to bring it to a boil, but you want it to kind of get bubbly a little bit. And then I put in like a cinnamon stick or two, some cloves. I'm not big on star anise, but I've seen it in people's recipes. So if you like that, go for it. And then I'll usually sprinkle in just like a tiny bit of nutmeg, and I'll squeeze some citrus, like if I have orange or lemon or lime or whatever. It doesn't matter too much. I think the orange is best. That's probably my favorite, but you can really do it with any of it. And then you just kind of let it boil for a little bit, or not boil, bubble for a little bit, stir it a few times. The reason I use those herbs is they are really good for protection, for cleansing, for building power. Cinnamon is like one of the most powerful herbs that you can use, period. I literally burn it at my altar. It's like the only thing I burn right now. I'm just in a phase.
Cool.
But
It's awesome.
yeah, but those herbs are really, really good for coming into this time when the veil kind of thins and the spirits start being around, and in all kinds of like Norse mythology and Scandinavian mythology, like you don't want to go outside in the dark and winter. Like there's shit out there. And maybe there were actual creatures, or maybe it was just energy, but one way or the other, there was something to it. And I'm listening. I'm like, okay, old gods, you knew something, and I'm gonna go ahead and follow your lead. So I like to double up on the protection herbs in this season for sure.
Smart, smart.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to go sprinkle salt outside my door. We had just had a
Ooh.
new moon in Virgo, and I saw something from one of the witches we follow on Instagram that was like, hey, after the new moon, sprinkle some salt for extra protection around your home. So,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
and
Very nice.
salt is also very like cleansing too. And so as you put it at the entrance of your doorway, it kind of gives that energetic boundary of like, hey, leave your shit on the outside of my door. I have
I
I
like
have
that.
things above and by my door that make it impossible for people who have ill intention against me to come in my house, and it has worked so many times. It's spooky. I'll be like, "Do you want to come in?" They'll be like, "Oh, actually, I gotta run." I'm like, "That's weird. Usually she comes inside. Something's fucking up today. Something is
Nice.
up."
Wait, can you reveal any of your secrets, what you have above and
Um,
below your door?
yeah, I mean, I have just like an herb sachet above my door. I have crystals beside it. I have things like buried in my yard. Nothing weird, just like
It's
little
like a
protection jars.
just like a whole
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
yeah, well, and being able to live in one spot for multiple years has really helped. Like usually I move around a lot. And so living in one spot for the last like 3 years, I'm like, okay, cool. I've like gotten to practice my home protections. Um, and I use like my menstrual blood for my plants, and I'll like give some to my goddess each time it happens a little bit. I have a spot in my yard I call the goddess corner, and I just go and like, like when it's dark and nobody is really paying attention, the kids are in bed, I like sneak outside with my little cup and I'm just like, here you go. See you later. And, like run away.
I love that. Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's
gotta be.
awesome.
And it feels like no one cares, you know what I mean? Like no one gives a shit if I do that, but like for me to be like, yeah, I've got this little secret. It feels so good, you know, like nobody knows I'm going out right now. And then I also like give it to my plants. I'll mix it with water and water them. Just because it has lots of nutrients in it, honestly. It's good fertilizer. So I do it.
Damn. That
That's
is so
cool as
cool.
hell. Neither of us
That's so
have backyards,
metal.
so we're like, ooh.
I
Yeah,
know.
I know. I'm
I
so
wish everyone
jealous.
did.
I
Yeah,
know.
we wish that too.
I want some greenery. I actually been like purposely skipping my period just because I hate it with my birth control. But now I'm like, maybe I should let myself get my period so
Oh
I
my
can
gosh.
get some
Also, you should
period
do
blood.
that for your body. Not to like tell you what to do with your body,
You don't
but
need to have a period for any medical
I
reasons, they
love my
say.
period now. I used to hate it. So I did a couple things. I switched to a menstrual cup because I do not like tampons. I don't know. They just feel itchy and like uncomfortable. And, you know, if you ever go to the beach in one, like it's not a good experience. Like it is not fun.
no, yeah.
Um,
No.
and then pads are just as bad, you know. So I
Ugh,
switched to a
yeah.
menstrual cup and I was like, this is legit. You know, it's like silicone, it's washable, it's reusable. I'm all about that eco-friendly, you know, reusable shit. So I was like, fuck yeah, this is like checking off all my boxes here. Excuse the pun. um,
Checks your box.
check all your boxes. So I got
Nice.
the one I have is it's a brand Mahina cup because she's a local lady or she lives in Hawaii. So I was like, okay, support local there. But yeah, so I use a Mahina cup, menstrual cup, and so I started using it. And at first, it's a learning curve because you're doing like a whole new system of blood management, basically. Um,
Blood management. It's true. I mean, that's correct. That's just a
I
fun way to
really
say
want that to be
yeah.
like my LinkedIn job title.
Yes, right. Blood
Blood
Internal blood
management.
management.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and then the other thing I started doing was insisting that I take care of myself during my period. Like, it is now a given that when mom is bleeding, I am allowed to lay in bed. We are allowed to get fast food instead of me cooking all the time. Sometimes dad will cook, which I'm like, holy shit, I don't know too many other husbands who do that. So I'm like, you get brownie points from me, sir. Um, but yeah, just like it's known. And like even my husband's on board. Like I'll start PMSing and he's like, "Do you need a nap?" He's like, "No offense." He's like, "I'm literally asking you like, would you like to go take a nap because you seem like you're stressed." You know? So it's become a whole thing in my house where like yeah, it started to revolve around my cycles and around, the way that I'm able to deal with things. Um I mean, I'm a really strong, outspoken person. So, for me, it wasn't super hard to get everyone on board. But to get up to this point, what I started doing at first was I would, I'd start my first day of my period and I'm like, okay, 6 o'clock after dinner, all the kids come climb in my bed in your jammies. We are watching my favorite movies on fucking the Disney things or whatever, all my favorite kid movies, and I would just kind of get them to like realize that I need to rest. And then they've all like, you know, I mean, I don't know, they're all aware of my period because my kids have no boundaries like most kids. They'll just rush in the bathroom and they'll be like, Mom, why is there blood in the toilet? I'm like, because I am bleeding. I have a period. This is, part of how people reproduce, I don't get too graphic with them because they don't really need to know all the details, but they know
They're
what's
still
going
young,
on.
yeah.
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 So I'm like,
I love that though.
yeah.
That's great. And also I never thought of it of using that time as like forced self-care.
Yep.
You're selling me on it.
Yeah. And
like I normally freaking hate it, but this is great.
no, I love it now. I do so much journaling. I'll read tarot cards. I like to like, my husband will do like a shit ton of the laundry and like toss it on the bed. And so I'll like lay down, fold laundry, and I'll start like a new TV show that just I'm watching. Like just a TV show for me that I'm not watching with anyone, and I'm like,
That's
okay, this
important.
is my show. I'm doing the laundry, so I feel like I'm being productive and my hands have something to do because I'm a fucking Gemini and I can't stop moving. But it's just I just take a lot more time for me. I slow down. I say no more often. I do order out more often when I'm on my period. I feel blessed that I can do that a lot of the time. But like, if you can, it honestly, especially if you're a mom, like it's the tits to just be like, I'm not fucking cooking tonight. No thanks.
That's awesome.
Excuse me.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that so much.
Yeah, but
That's and I
it
feel
does
like
take time.
yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to like create those boundaries and like and also to like
Yeah.
admit that you need more downtime sometimes. That's always my biggest one is
Yeah.
like my body is just like we're taking it easy today. Like you can try to do what you want, but like it is declared like and so I've been trying to like
Yes.
lean into that and like the first especially like the first couple days when it's so bad or like the day before when I'm like
Yeah.
crying at the
When you can
drop of a hat.
feel it coming on. You're
Oh
like,
my God, I'm a
just bleed
monster. Yeah.
already.
Like Dragon Ball Z hair on fire.
Absolutely.
Just being like, okay, maybe it's better for all of us if I take a step back from work, like, or just
Well,
like watch TV for a bit
yeah.
and
And that's
lay on
why
the
I
couch.
even started doing that was because I was honestly like a fucking monster when I was PMSing. Like it was, when I look back on it, like my PMS is still pretty bad. Like I still freak out a lot, but learning myself, I can start to be like, I'm PMSing. I'm sorry I said that. I really need to just remove myself. Should
Yeah, exactly.
have brought water in here. But yeah, so just realizing that, yeah, I'm like, I have to take it easier. I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah. Like what I'm doing right now isn't good for me, but it's also not good for the people in my life. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah, because I get so crabby and just sad and like I don't get work done well. Do you if you want to run and grab
Yeah,
yourself
go
a
get
glass of
water.
water,
Go get
please?
water. We can
Yeah, give me 1 second.
we edit this. Go,
Yeah.
go. I also really love what you said about how you kind of make your rituals part of your family traditions and it's simple, but I think that's something I get caught up with too is like I think, oh, I think of witchiness as almost like a chore in a way, which sucks. That's terrible. But like to be like, oh, I need to do this ritual, this moon's coming up, or I need to do a tarot card reading. I haven't done it forever. But instead, like I've been, I want to try and incorporate a little bit of like think of it as more of just a lifestyle and who I am. And like every little thing I do can be, infused with mindfulness and witchiness.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be this huge like ceremony,
Yeah.
with
Well,
robes and
I think we can blame Instagram a little bit for like this whole, I've definitely gotten caught up in the Insta witch kind of vibe, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, oh, I got to post this thing. Oh, I set up my altar to take this picture, but then I didn't actually like do anything. And I'm like, okay, that's when I started doing that, I was like, okay, you need to fucking take a step back. You need to stop doing this kind of shit. Like, if you're going to post about magic, you need to be like doing magic. But then I got all in my head where I was like, oh, well, I have to do this huge ritual. I have to do this huge thing. And it's just kind of a balance, you know what I mean? Magic and witchcraft are a practice, and so everyone's going to go through phases. Like there will be times when I don't do a single ritual for like honestly like 6 months. I don't do any rituals. But sometimes I'll just come clean off my altar, set it back up, say hi to my ancestors, light a candle, and then blow it out like 10 minutes later, and that in itself is its own little ritual. But that's something I've had to try to realize and try to talk to, some of the people who are like kind of new coming up into this or who haven't had a lot of practice where I'm like, hey, don't there's a difference between disrespecting the craft and, and not making it complicated. You don't have to make it complicated in order to respect it. You can still respect magic and respect the craft and have good boundaries without it always being like, oh, I cast a circle, oh, I called in the corners, oh, I yada this and that. Like just chill. Okay, just calm down. You don't always have to do that. Like with
I love
cooking,
that. Yeah.
I'll be making something and I'll add a seasoning or whatever, and then I'll stir it and just be like, oh, this is for whatever this property of it, and infuse this into the life of my family. And I just kind of think about it while I'm stirring, and then I feel magic as fuck, or
Yeah.
with cast iron, like on purpose,
Yeah.
because iron's a really good protective metal, and also it has good health benefits, and cast iron's fucking super easy to clean. So
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was just little things where I'm like, I just want it to be easy, like doable, not easy like taking shortcuts, but easy like put it in life, you know, make it just part of what happens every day, you know, instead of forcing it all the time.
Yeah, that's so smart. It's like any kind of goal setting, like for fitness or health, the same thing. Like it's so much easier to just do tiny little things once a day or whatever to work towards a collective whole than be like, I need to go to the gym for 5 hours and lose 50 pounds tomorrow. Like then, you know, I'm a Sag. I'm just going to procrastinate that and never ever do that. So yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's kind of what separates quote unquote real witches, you know what I mean? Like I don't like to say that. Like I'm not the gatekeeper for who's a witch and who's not. You know, I feel like that's a, kind of a personal decision and it's up to outside forces, I guess, as well. But when people like the witchy aesthetic, but they don't want to actually do the work, they usually kind of fall away from it quicker, or they're just, you know, they are just the aesthetic, which is also fine. Like I'm down with aesthetic. I like pretty shit. Give me all the good photos, you know, I'm down. But then if you truly love magic and you truly love the craft, there's hard work. There really is. There's a lot of hard work. And there's sometimes when I'm like, I just want to go to bed, but I know that I need to do this thing. Or, you know, it was some ancestor's birthday. I really need to like recognize that or whatever. Um, yeah, but I mean, just kind of making it easy for myself has probably been the best thing I've I've done so
That's
far.
great.
Like just
I also really love my newest thing. I literally just like realized this maybe yesterday, the day before, of like acknowledging when it works too, even if
mm,
it might not. Like, okay, so this is I just like I've been working on this big project for work. I'm very passionate about it and I'm really loving what I'm doing. And I've been getting a lot of like compliments and accolades at work, which makes me very uncomfortable, but that's for me, my therapist to discuss. But I I was like joking. We sent like the first edit of a video to a client like on Thursday night. And I joked with my boss. I was like, wouldn't that be so funny if they came back saying, no notes, this is approved. Like, this is fantastic. No feedback. And she was like, it's not impossible. And then the next day, like immediately, like three of our clients in a row sent out emails being like, this is amazing. No feedback. This is great. You're approved. And I was like, I'm a witch. I was like, you know what? Even if it wasn't me speaking that into existence that made it real, I'm going to believe that it was and just like take that positive feedback on with me on my journey. So I've just from now on been taking credit and like, you know, of course, thanking the ancestors and the gods, but I'm like, you know what? I'm a witch. This is why things worked out.
yeah.
It's because I'm a witch and I wanted it to happen.
Well, and you know, when you put your energy into it, there probably is a little part of yourself that knows. Like you're like, I know I fucking rock this. I know this is a good one. But because, you know, especially those of us who grew up in like the 80s and 90s when they wanted to tell us how to hate our bodies so much, you know, we're like,
Oh my
I'm not
God.
good enough in
Yeah.
any aspect of life, no matter what you tell me. You know, like it's why I cannot take compliments. I get mad when people give me compliments. I'm like, excuse me, sir, fuck off. And my husband's like, he just said he liked your dress. Like, you need to chill out, you know? Like, stop attacking everyone you see.
I legitimately did that a few years ago. I remember I was walking down the street and like a guy that in retrospect was almost certainly like a nice gay man who was mowing his lawn turned around and was like, nice green pants. And I was like, fuck you. And then like a block later, I was like, oh, I'm the asshole here.
He probably did like my green pants.
How dare you?
Yeah. Hey, nice green pants.
That's
It's because we're trained, you know what I mean? We're trained to think we're not good enough, and we're trained to think that if someone compliments us, they want something. And so when we react that way, it's usually just us being like, no, I have enough shit to do. Do not get on my to-do list. Fuck off. You know?
Right.
It's like, I just don't want to deal with you. But yeah, it's really cool that all kind of came to fruition in like that little outburst of basically like your inner self just being like, I know I rock this. Someone's gonna give me validation. It's coming. You're like, hey, no notes.
Yeah.
It is revolutionary to believe the universe is not against you, actually.
It is. It really is, dude.
Yeah.
It fucking is. Yeah.
I want to talk to you a little bit about, I know we're like going a bit long. I don't want to go too deep into ancestor magic, but I'd love to just hear, because I'm recently just started to get in touch with my ancestors. just pretty much just talking to them. Like whenever I do a little ritual with myself, I just kind of call on them as well as the corners and the gods and goddesses. But like, how did you get into ancestor magic?
Oh, okay. I love this. I love telling this story. So I was always really close to my mom's dad, my grandpa. And then right before my daughter was born, he died from cancer. He led a good life, like he was in his 70s. He had 3 kids, he had a bunch of grandkids and great grandkids, so he led a really good life. And when he left this world, he was ready and he died with dignity. And I think that's a blessing. But so he died, and me and my husband and my son, and, in utero, my daughter, all took a train from Colorado, where we were living, to Iowa, to where my family is. And we went to the funeral. And me and my husband went to the land that my grandparents own. That's not like their house. It's like, they call it the farm. It's really not a farm, but it's, it's a little patch of land where we all go to go like camping and hiking and hunting and all that, fishing. And so we went there, and we were in like the little building they have, which they use for storage. And my husband was like, look at this ammo can. This thing is dope. And I was like, what the fuck is this? We thought there was ammo in it. My husband is a gun dude. So he was like, oh, fuck yeah. I'm going to see if grandpa left any ammo around. I'm going to take it home with us. And then, like, there was no ammo in it. There was a bunch of old letters and photos and just stuff. And we were like, what is this? And so we took it home to my Nana's house, and I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, oh, this is your grandpa's brother who died in World War II. This is all the letters he sent their mother. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I brought it home with me, and I just felt, I don't know, I just felt like he really needed attention. Like, there's been a lot of tragic death, especially with my grandpa's family. Like, he had an older sister who died when she was 5. He had an older brother who died at 19 in World War II in France. And then his other brother, who served in World War II, came home and died at like 23 of polio. Like, he literally like went to work one day, didn't feel well over the weekend, went to the hospital, and died within like a week or two. Like, it was really like messed up. And so there's like these traumatic deaths that have kind of happened to, their parents. And so I just started feeling these, like, just these, it started as a project, really. I was like, okay, I'm going to read these letters, and I'm going to write them down out of handwriting, so that everyone in the family can read them. And then the more I read them, the more I just started to really connect to like his spirit. He started to really like just kind of be present. Like, I wouldn't say I see him or hear his voice, because those aren't my gifts, but like I can feel him, and I can like know things from him. And he kind of haunted me a little bit at first, not on purpose. I think it was mostly, he's a young man, like very young. He was like 19, and he hadn't had anyone really pay attention to him, except on, like Memorial Day every year we'd go put flowers. But, he just hadn't really had any actual attention from the family in a long time. And I think he was just like, holy shit, someone's talking to me, like he was kind of excited. And so there were times when I had to like be like, okay, I need space, where I'd have to stop reading the letters because it would make me really sad. And I was postpartum, and my grandpa just died, like there was all this shit. And I was like, okay, just chill. But the more that I got to know him, the more it made it easier to get to know like his parents and his siblings. And then like, I think it was like last December or last October or something, I went on ancestry.com, and I started just like making all the connections. One of my cousins is on there, so it was nice I could like fact check mine with hers basically, because she's smart. But yeah, and just kind of following it through and realizing, like, when you look at how many people it took to create you, like, it's a fucking miracle. My life is a miracle, and I am here for a purpose. And like, sometimes people try to shame me when I say stuff like that, when I'm like, I'm special and I'm here for a fucking reason. But I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I know this, and it's not my fault that you don't know it too, like, we are
and here's
all
the
special.
thing, you are too, and you are too.
Exactly. I'm not saying I'm more special than you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm special. I'm here for a reason, like we all are, and it just takes, recognizing. It takes recognizing that. But it really,
right.
it's
We're
really
all the desert cactus to make it flower.
Yes, exactly. We're all that flourishing desert
I
cactus.
love that.
But it's really like, it's become something that's very important to me, and then I start feeling lost without. Like, if I don't put their pictures up, and if I don't talk about them to people, and if I'm not telling people about ancestor magic, and, like, I feel like part of me is like, it doesn't feel right, I'm just like, I feel bummed out. I don't know why. And so I'll be like, oh, let's put up ancestor pictures, let's leave offerings, let's burn candles, let's say hi, and even if you don't do altars and rituals, and even if you're not practicing necromancy, which is just speaking with the dead, don't get fucking crazy, people. Um, even if you're not doing any of that, when you tell stories about people who've passed on, like, there's so much magic in that. And that's why we do that at like family gatherings, and that's why we do that around campfires. That's why we tell stories, is to keep these moments and these people alive for us, because they're just right past the veil, and a lot of times you can feel them, like, especially the more you tune in, like, it's not eerie anymore. Like, usually if they're people who loved you in their life, or if they're people who would have loved you had they known you, you usually just feel like it's like someone put an invisible blanket on you, and you just feel like, like warm and cozy, like, okay, someone's here, but I'm not scared about it, like, it doesn't usually make you nervous. But there are a few spirits even in my own family tree. Like, I would say, if you're going to do ancestor magic, try to do your research on the people, like, try to ask your family members, read letters, do Google searches, like, try to find out, because there's at least like a few particular spirits in my in my lineage that I'm like, that's not okay, or that I feel like have maybe tried to like scare my children, kind of things, where I'm just like, that's not okay. Like, if you're not just here to communicate with, me, and I hold myself as the matriarch and as like the lead of our spiritual well-being as a family. I'm like, if you are not coming through me, you are not coming here at all, so I put myself up as like that boundary too, where I'm like, if the spirits want to come into this house, they have to go through me first. And most of them just don't really want that kind of drama. They're like, nah, bitch, you're too much, you're fucking annoying, you're gonna throw salt at me and shit, like, whatever, I'll go haunt someone else.
I love that. I totally cried when you were speaking about
Aww.
that earlier. That was beautiful. And I love that you're creating boundaries even with the dead. It's so
You
important.
have to, man. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people might not believe in, spirits and all that, but I think that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. You're not in tune with shit if you don't feel any spirits anywhere. And that's not true. That's not true. Like, but to
Well,
just not
either
believe
way,
there's nothing, like, what the fuck?
boundaries are good across the
Yeah,
board.
just set up boundaries. Just set up boundaries. Yeah, spirits are
Yeah,
there
I
whether
mean,
you believe in them or not. So,
right. Yeah.
so good luck.
Man, that's so cool and brave to be like, I will be the one who takes the spirits. You talk to me. But it's also like a really great position of power, and I've never thought of doing anything like that, and I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it can be a bit scary every now and then, when I think, like, I'll watch horror movies and I'll think to myself, what if I actually saw that, whatever spiritual deity they're dealing with? I'm like, would I be brave enough to stand up? Because my theory with like hauntings and shit, as far as being a practicing witch and as being someone in tune with magic who's practiced with magic, if I do see something like that, my response is not going to, what I hope my response will not be fear. What I hope my response will be more of like that outward, like, stop, no, I said no, get out, like, take away that power. Because I feel like a lot of, like, when I would never say that someone being haunted or possessed is their fault. By no means is that their fault. But I do believe that spirits can really sense, like, gaps in your fence, like, if you had a big security bubble around you, but there were a couple weak spots, like, the spirits can see it and they can feel it, and so I try to really be so outward and so upfront and so like firm in my boundaries that I'm like, there might be gaps, but you're going to regret coming through here. Like, you're going to be so irritated, and I will never leave you alone, and you will not have free reign in this house. Like, I will fight you tooth and nail until my death, like, straight up. And that's the same way I feel about physical self-defense, like, I'm a gun owner. I carry weapons. I am not a, maybe someone will kidnap me and kill me. I don't know. I hope not. But that person will probably be like, this was bullshit, and I don't want to deal with a bitch like that ever again. Like, I hope to be trouble. Like, you're gonna be like, why didn't I just pick someone else? Like, I give up. I quit as a kidnapper. This is the worst day ever. She's so mouthy and such a bitch, and she won't stop kicking me. Like, that's my whole theory with just defending myself at all. I'm just like, I am going to fight for my life forever. Like, spiritual, physical, like, try and bring me down, but you're not getting out unscathed.
I love it. I love it. Be trouble.
Be trouble.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
Yes.
Oh, we should draw a card. I feel so good. I feel so inspired and powerful talking to you.
That's the goal.
Show us your deck.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to grab it. I've had to shame myself out of some gaming to be like, no, girl, go pick up your tarot deck. Like, okay. I was going to play Sims, but all right.
Fine. Oh my God. We have to talk about Sims at another point.
I love The Sims.
I know, me too. I feel like we've talked. I feel like I knew that you were also a Sims player.
I'm pretty sure me and Jasmine talked about it before.
Yes, Jasmine and I messaged Jasmine and I was like, oh my God, you play Sims? I play Sims too.
Yes, yeah. I've made a couple, like, we're hoping at some point eventually to like do a retreat for the podcast, in the future at some point. But
meet on the
at
physical
one point
plane.
I was making. Yeah, meet on the physical plane. But I actually made like 3 different retreat houses in The Sims, and I'm like, okay, this is getting out of control.
I love that.
Like, I just need to chill.
I love it. I love that. Oh my gosh.
I'm just dreaming of vacation right now. I'm like, take me away.
Same.
So let's see that deck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
what deck do you have?
I feel like one of you has this.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And Kate got it for me. Right?
Yes, I did.
Aw, that's so
I've given you both your decks, right?
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
I like to share decks,
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that deck.
Yeah. Me too. It speaks to me the most. I like the imagery. Oh, I drew Ace of Wands.
Wow, nice. Beautiful.
I fucking love the artwork on these cards. They're so good.
I know. They're really beautiful cards. And then Kate, your animal, I feel like we've said this so many times on this podcast, but I'm saying it anyway. Your animal oracle deck is also the same artist. And right?
Really?
No, you're druid. Yeah, druid.
Yeah, I have for Philip Cargome or whatever. Is that him?
Yeah, Philip and Stephanie Cargome, and then Will Worthington, maybe, I think is the artist.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same artist, but I know the Cargomes also did the Druid Animal deck that I have, the Oracle deck, which is like my favorite Oracle deck. Yeah.
I actually got to look into that. That sounds cool. I've been merging doing Oracle and Tarot together, where I'll like pull an Oracle card and like receive the message, and then I'll clarify it with Tarot cards. And that's like been really good for my journaling. It's crazy the way it takes me down the rabbit hole. I'm like, holy shit.
That's awesome.
Love that.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like the Ace of Wands was telling you today?
It's so funny. Okay, well, I'm a manifester as far as human design is concerned. And like literally maybe 2 or 3 days before you guys asked me to come on, I was like, it'd be really cool if someone asked me to be on their podcast. Like, I'm always having people on mine, but it'd really be cool to be on someone else's. And then you guys literally like messaged me a few days later. I was like, shut the fuck up. So I think with wands being, like that fire and like do it and like action kind of thing, it's just like, if you want something, fucking go for it. If you're into something new, do it. Try the thing, go for it. Like, what's the worst that could happen kind of thing. I feel encouraged to try some shit that I was maybe not scared, but like didn't have the confidence to believe I could do before.
Nice. Yeah. Because it's about like things are within your grasp and like creativity and inspiration and like whatever else.
Exactly. Something new, something fresh.
And here you are.
Exactly. I can't believe that's so funny. when you held it up too, I know that it's a lot of greenery, but for some reason I got like a strong autumnal vibe from it. Maybe
Yes.
Well, because the
I
leaves
think
are
it's
like
maybe the
falling
the
off.
leaves are
falling leaves.
yellow, right? Yeah, and it's the elk on the. We'll post a picture of it on the cliff. But I was like, oh, this feels very like, it's Virgo season, it's fall, it's Mabon. Like, let's, you have the power, totally.
Yes. Yeah. I got the power.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes. Amazing. So how can all of our listeners find you, buy your bundles, sign up for your newsletter?
Yeah, okay. So I am probably most active on Instagram. My handle is at dot the oh wait, no. That's not what it is. My handle is at the dot celestial dot rose. There we go. And yeah, I have a link tree that you can click on. I do tarot and oracle readings. I sell herbal smoke cleanse bundles. I have some altar items. I mean, I do doTERRA oils, that kind of thing. And then I also do classes every now and then. Usually, I guess not usually. I would say that my two classes that I offer on like a rotating kind of availability is magical herbalism and ancestor magic. They're both meant for people who don't have a lot of knowledge, but maybe a little. It's kind of like be higher beginner level where you've done a little bit of your own research, and then you're ready to be like, okay, I want to do the shit. So I have a lot of fun doing that. So if you ever want to sign up for those, you can definitely DM me if you want to take one. I can always put one together, or just wait for it to show up. But yeah, definitely you can find me there. And I'm also part of Power of Three podcast. So I'm over there too. And I think that's about it.
Very nice. Very cool. And we're so glad to have you. Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah, this was an
so
amazing.
fun.
I feel very inspired and invigorated.
That's what I love to hear. Yes. I've done my job today then. If you're ready to fucking kick ass, then yeah.
Get
Ella
out
was
there
here.
and do stuff. Ella was here.
I love it.
Put another day in the books.
Yup. Hyping the world one person at a time.
I feel like, do we have anything else that we need to... Oh, and follow us.
I was gonna let you do that.
I knew there was something, and like my mind was like, ask her about rosemary, and I was like, I don't think that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I have so much rosemary in my fridge.
Ooh.
What can she do with rosemary?
Love rosemary.
Any good ideas for using up some rosemary?
Actually, well, you can always make smoke bundles out of them. And then you could also like let them dry, either air dry, or you can put them in the oven on like low and just kind of keep an eye on them, and then just store it as like dried herbs so that you can keep using it. That way it doesn't go bad.
Great. That's
I think you can also freeze it.
Yeah, that sounds true.
I don't know how it reacts, but I'm pretty sure you can freeze it.
I'll do a quick Google and see.
Yeah.
On the freezing. But yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
We are Witchcast Podcast. Thanks so much for listening. You can find us on Instagram at Witchcast Podcast. You can email us at witchcastpodcast@gmail.com if you have ideas, suggestions, feelings. We always love to hear from our listeners.
We've also been getting new guest recommendations, so please, if you know any other witches to bring into our circle, please let us know.
Yeah,
we'd love to.
We're always welcoming witches into the fold. And you can, if you want to see, or for any reason, if you want more Witchcast Podcast, you can go to witchcastpodcast.com. Our episodes are there, or there's links to all of the different platforms or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, also we have a Witchy Resources page where we'll also have Ella's website and your Instagram as well. We'll put that on our resource page so people can come by. Cool. Buy stuff and take classes with you. Yeah.
And if you're enjoying this, yeah. And if you're enjoying this podcast, give us a little rate and review on Apple Podcasts. We love that.
Yes, it helps other people find us. We really appreciate it.
And until next time,
heck yeah!
'Cause it's Witchcast.